Alright, hey, what's up guys, it's Roy here. So today I got the Samsung Galaxy S25 here. Finally got it in hand, which I'm super stoked to be doing this video for you. Obviously most normal people are finally getting this phone. So today we'll be doing an unboxing and first impressions. And a big thank you to Casetify for sponsoring this video. We'll chat more about them in just a bit. But here it is, guys. Here is the S25, the entry level, which is definitely, I think, doing a disservice to this phone calling it entry level. But new packaging, you know, got the cool little shadow look here. S25 there. It's kind of a grayish color. Then you got the S25 branding here on the side, and then Samsung on this side. Nothing at the top. And then it does talk about the color, which is silver shadow there. So that's the color I went with. This is a 128 gig version, which is $799. You can jump up to $256 if you want and spend a little more. But let's go ahead and get this bad boy out. So as in true fashion of my videos, I have not broken the seal yet. I haven't even looked at this in person, which it's going to be very similar to the S24. But let's go ahead and get that off. And this one here. All right, and then shake, 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 which actually really need to shake. And there it is. So go ahead and put this to the side, but let's go ahead and get that out. What comes in the case lid? So looking at it here, isn't going to be anything too crazy inside here. So as you can see, we slide this out. Here we got a SIM card ejector tool. Kind of slide this part out here. Looks like we get a USB-C to USB-C charging cable, which for a second there, I almost thought it didn't come with one. And then we just have the basic quick start guides and all that stuff. So nothing to really care about with that. All right, so let's grab the phone here, and got a little sticker there, which I'm gonna just take off the back. And then if I flip it over, we just have a solid black sticker here. Bada bing, bada boom. Which normally it has like where the power button is and all that, but pretty plain Jane. Now, first impressions holding this in the hand, looks good, right? Looks very, very similar to my S24, but it's not as dark with this silver shadow color on the S25. I like the darker lenses. I think they look a little more prominent with this color, and then just feels good. Extremely lightweight. That's just something that's insane. I think it's around 160-ish grams, but very, very, very lightweight. Love the rounded corners. If we flip it over, this is where that 5G antenna is now, so they moved the location. And then, of course, no Bixby button or anything like that. Got the antenna bands there on the sides. Got two little hole punch cutouts there for the mics. And then if we go down to the bottom, they actually switched up a little bit with the SIM card tray, which I actually really like. So we got the USB-C charging port. Then we have our speaker, which is kind of more of a solid rectangle looking cutout there instead of like little vents. And then we have the microphone, but I do appreciate that they flip-flopped where the hole punch is to get the SIM card out. There's been plenty and plenty of times where I've literally shoved a SIM card ejector tool in that mic hole there. So I like that they flip-flopped it so that way it's a little bit easier to not do that. So let's turn it on. Let's see what kind of juice we are working with. So I'll go through some motions if there's anything to point out as the setup happens. And we'll be right back. All right, so finally got it set up here. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy turned on. And there is the new home screen for me. So with this phone, it has One UI 7, which is pretty awesome considering I'm coming from the S24 and that doesn't have this yet. So a lot cleaner looking. I haven't really completely set it up exactly how I want. But one thing right off the bat, now this is just a quick first impression, is I absolutely love that it's now a scroll app screen instead of the old Samsung one where you had to slide from left to right. Just little things like that. Now, another thing that I've noticed that's a little different is if I swipe down, it's just more of the notification screen. I'm not getting the controls and everything like I get right here. So kind of similar to like the iPhone where you can swipe right to get to this, or you can swipe left to get to your notification screen. Now, if you are on here, you can switch over between the two, but you just can't really do it in the middle because it then opens up an app like that. So a lot of times when you're getting a new phone, you want to deck it out and make sure that you have proper accessories and things like that. And that's where this video sponsor, Casetify, comes into play. So as you can see here, guys, they have a ton of accessories, different phone cases that you can choose from. This has been kind of one of my favorite ones, this skull one here. It's a case here with the clear back and then of course the ridiculously grippy sides. All in all, they just fit extremely well on the phones. And just to show you, that's kind of what it looks like installed on the S25 and fits extremely nice. Has some very clicky buttons, which are great. So if you want to buy these, you can go to casetify.com/Roy Flores and check all these things out. And you can actually even go online and build a customized case. So once again, with this one here, this is just their impact case here. But as you can see, easy install. And then just kind of gives you that cool customization with my initials RFJ there, which I think is really cool. But then you just have all these other cool cases as well. So as you can see, you got more of like a dragon style. You got a clear case if you just want to go straight clear. So a ton of accessories that they make. And then you can also even see over here that they actually make camera lens protectors, which is awesome. And then also we have a screen protector as well that I'll get installed very, very soon. I might actually do a separate video installing this so you can see the process and how easy it is. But big thank you to Casetify, seriously, for sponsoring this video. They've been a great channel sponsor. So like I said, if you go to casetify.com/Roy Flores, get lost on their website, guys. I mean, literally, you can go buy an Ultra Bounce case, a Bounce case, an Impact case. You can get one where the camera hump is actually the kickstand. I mean, literally, there's just a ton and a ton and a ton of cases that you can go buy. Accessories as well, as you can see, charging cables, you name it. I mean, there's just a ton of stuff. So once again, casetify.com/Roy Flores. So big thank you and shout out to Casetify for sponsoring this video. So let's get right back to it. So playing around with this phone more and more, absolutely loving the feel, the lightweight of it. You know, it does have a 6.2-inch screen, which is obviously going to be a really good screen. It's a dynamic LTPO AMOLED 2X display. You got 120 hertz, so you got that buttery smoothness when it comes to the responsiveness. And honestly, it's a very quick, just filling phone. You do get 2600 nits of peak brightness, so to be determined how well that does, but I gotta imagine, you know, we're actually going on a hike here in a little bit, so I'll be testing that out. And then it does have Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the front, matte finish back. I would have liked a little bit darker in my opinion, but I'm cool with this. But it does come in some other colors as well, and then some exclusive colors from Samsung as well. Ultrasonic fingerprint scanner seems to be very responsive. I don't think there's really any issues there at all, so seems very fast and snappy. Now looking at the camera department, very similar to the S24, so we have a 50 megapixel wide and then a 10 megapixel telephoto and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide with this one, so we didn't get the upgraded ultra wide like the Ultra does. And then of course we do have a front facing camera as well that can record in 4K, 1080, all that, just like the back here. Can even record up to 8K, 24 and 30 frames per second as well with this phone. 12 gigs of RAM though across the board, so all three versions, the Plus, the Ultra, and this one, all get 12 gigs of RAM, which is nice. So those multi-screen tasks and all those things are gonna seem like a breeze with this. And it's also because it's powered with the new Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, just a lot of horsepower under this, and of course with Android 15 and all that it comes with, and with all the Galaxy AI stuff, that chip is gonna definitely be a very welcomed upgrade, especially since it's made for Samsung, so it's overclocked a little bit to give you a little bit more performance. So when it comes to charging and everything like that, so this one only does 25 watts wired, and then it is 15 watts wirelessly. It is Qi 2 ready, so it can technically use a Qi 2 wireless charger and achieve those 15 watts. But from my understanding, they did not put the built-in magnets for some reason, which I was under the impression they did. But kind of a bummer that they didn't, but I mean, it is what it is. And just like any of these new Galaxy phones, you do get the reverse wireless charging, so you can put some earbuds and stuff like that on here, or maybe a watch, and it will only charge at 4.5 watts. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. But if you use the proper charging brick and charging cable, you can get to 0 to 50% in about 30 minutes. So that's going to be okay. It's going to be good enough. There's a lot of phone manufacturers out there now that are just going blazing fast with charging speeds. But to be honest with you, with all the optimization that this has and everything, I don't think the battery is really going to be a big issue. I'm very curious what the screen on time is going to be after I use it for the next few days. So just to quickly talk about One UI, as you can see here, it does have this nice refreshed look, very clean looking, very Apple-esque looking. So, even like with the, different ways to close out apps and everything like that, it just feels very Apple-y. Or Apple-y, if that's a word. But I'm not going to complain because I've been using an iPhone for years now and very familiar with it. And I really appreciate, that it's just a little familiar as well. But man, I just really love that it does that now. It's such a silly thing that people like sometimes, right? But all the Galaxy AI stuff's going to be on here. So if I, go into the settings, I can go to the Galaxy AI stuff and show you that right there, like call assist. So that's going to give you that call assist like the Google Pixels. Whenever someone's calling me, I can kind of check that out with live translations, writing tools, interpreter. So you're going to get a lot of that there. And then of course I can even do like the AI select. I'll get to kind of familiarize myself more and more with it. But for the time being, there's just a lot of stuff here, with AI when it comes to photo editing or anything like that. The camera app also, I really appreciate. Let's see, I'll just do this real quick. I like this little 3-button thing that it has now where you can kind of have like a quick little toggle to different settings and whatnot. And then also what's new is something with Pro Video is now you can actually record in log if you wanted to. Now it's going to give you some options and stuff like that, but as you can see there, it's more doled out where you can go in and edit it. So I really like that. And then with this midday brief stuff, I don't know really how helpful it's going to be, but as you can see here, it's just kind of giving me the temperatures and then maybe some other stuff that I might be interested. It looks like Elon Musk there, but a lot of different things when it comes to being able to kind of customize the phone. But I really got to say, guys, all in all, it's very familiar to the S24. So that's just kind of the norm with phones, it seems like, especially with Samsung. But there are some things that I think are very much worth the upgrade. So if you have like the S22 or the S23, then definitely this is an easy upgrade option. But honestly, guys, if you have the S24 and you just want the latest and greatest and, be able to just get just something a little bit better, it might not be that bad, especially with all the trade-in specials that they have as well. So with all that being said, guys, be sure to check out any of the other videos that I'll be posting about the S25 at some point very soon. And then once again, big thank you and shout out to the video sponsor, Casetify. So hit that like button if you like this video. If you loved it, please subscribe, ring that notification bell for up-to-date content. So be safe, God bless. I'll see you on the next one.